Good morning. This is PJ, running a little late. Shoveling some white stuff out there. What is that? Today is the 12th day of Christmas. You've made it. Woohoo! It's also Wednesday, January 5th, 2022, and I'm here for the daily lectionary readings. We have our three readings. Psalm 72, once again, as we are on Wednesday. Jeremiah 31, 7 through 14 is our Old Testament reading, and the Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 10 through 18. Once again, it was our gospel reading for Sunday as we're reflecting on what occurred on Sunday. Let us listen in to the scripture. Psalm 72. Give the gift of wise rule to the king, O God, the gift of just rule to the crown prince. May he judge your people rightly, be honorable to you, meek and lowly. Let the mountains give exuberant witnesses. Shape the hills with the contours of right living. Please stand up for the poor. Help the children of the needy. Come down hard on the cruel tyrants. Outlast the sun. Outlive the moon. Age after age after age. Be rainfall on cut grass. Earth refreshing rain showers. Let righteousness burst into blossom, and peace abound until the moon fades to nothing. Rule from the sea to sea, from the river to the rim. Foes will fall on their knees before God. His enemies lick the dust. Kings, remote and legendary, will pay homage. Kings, rich, resplendent, will turn over their wealth. All kings will fall down and worship, and godless nations sign up to serve him, because he rescues the poor at the first sign of need, the destitute who have run out of luck. He opens a place in his heart for the down and out. He restores the wretch of the earth. He frees them from tyranny and torture. When they bleed, he bleeds. When they die, he dies. And live. Oh, let him live. Deck him out in Sheba gold. Offer prayers unceasing to him. Bless him from morning to night. Fields of golden grain in the land, cresting the mountains in wild exuberance. Cornices of praises, springing from the city, like grass from the earth. May he never be forgotten. His fame shine on like sunshine. May all goodness people enter his circle of blessing, and bless the one who blessed them. Blessed God, Israel's God, the one and only wonder-working God. Blessed always his blazing glory. All earth brims with his glory. Yes, and yes, and yes. Our Old Testament reading today comes from the book of Jeremiah, chapter 31, verses 7 through 14. Oh yes, God says so. Shout for joy at the top of your lungs for Jacob. Announce the good news to the number one nation. Raise cheers. Sing praises. Say, God has saved his people. Saved the core of Israel. Watch what comes next. I'll bring my people back from the north country and gather them up from the ends of the earth. Gather those who've gone blind and those who are lame and limping. Gather pregnant women, even the mothers whose birth pangs have started. Bring them all back, a huge crowd. Watch them come. They'll come weeping for joy as I take their hands and lead them. Lead them to fresh, flesh, flowing brooks. Lead them among smooth, uncluttered paths. Yes, it's because I'm Israel's father, and Ephraim's my firstborn son. Hear this, nations, God's message. Broadcast this all over the world. Tell them, the one who scattered Israel will gather them together again. From now on, he'll keep a careful eye on them like a shepherd with his flock. I, God, will pay a stiff ransom price for Jacob. I'll free him from the gift of the Babylonian bully. The people will climb up Zion's slope, shouting with joy, their faces beaming because of God's bounty. Grain and wine and oil, flocks of sheep, herds of cattle. Their lives will be like a well-watered garden, never again left to dry up. Young women will dance and be happy. Young men and old men will join in. All convert their weeping into laughter, lavishing comfort, invading their grief with joy. I'll make sure that their priests get 3 square meals a day, and that my people have more than enough. God's decree. Our New Testament reading comes from the Gospel of John, chapter 1, verses 10 through 18. The life light was the real thing. Every person entering life, he brings into light. He was in the world was there through him, and yet the world didn't even notice. He came to his own people, but they didn't want him. But whoever did want him, who believed he was who he claimed, and would do what he said, he made this to be their true selves, their child of God selves. These are the God begotten, not blood begotten, not flesh begotten, not sex begotten. The Word became flesh and blood and moved into their neighborhood. We saw the glory with our own eyes, the one of kind glory, like Father, like Son, generous, inside and out, true from the start to finish. John pointed to him and called, "This is the one that I told you was coming after me, but in fact was already ahead of me. He also had been ahead of me. He has always been and had the first word." We all live off of his generous abundance, gift after gift after gift. We got these basics from Moses. And then this exuberant giving and receiving, the endless knowing and understanding. All of this came through Jesus, the Messiah. No one has ever seen God, not so much as even a glimpse. This one of a kind God expression, who exists at the very heart of the Father, has made him plain as day. And here ends our readings for the day. Have a beautiful day.